It's time for GMA3. Back in court, Sean Diddy Combs facing a judge for the first time since being acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy as he awaits sentencing on federal prostitution-related charges. Why his attorneys say the convictions should be thrown out. Lionel Richie sitting down with Robin Roberts.
Coming in hot, coming in hot.
Sharing vulnerable details about his life, his first dream job, his years with the Commodores, and their painful split, his romances, and now reaching a new generation on American Idol. And Rihanna and A$AP Rocky announcing the birth of their first baby girl. It's time for GMA3.
From ABC News headquarters in New York City, this is GMA3.
The only girl in the world. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rihanna and Allie.
And I'm Whit Johnson, here with Stephanie Ramos. We're glad to have you all with us on this Thursday.
Yeah, good afternoon. And coming up here on GMA3, Tory Johnson is here with deals and steals to give you peace of mind. Really great savings on products to help you do everything from protect you from data skimming to inflating your tires in an emergency.
Looking forward to all of that. Also ahead, it's Climate Week in New York, and we are taking you inside a facility that can help solve the world's recycling problem, transforming waste into brand new material to make a wide range of products.
Looking forward to that story. But we are going to begin with Sean Diddy Combs back in court for his first appearance since being convicted on prostitution charges. His attorneys are now trying to get that conviction overturned. And Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katursky is at the courthouse, who's been following this. Aaron, what's the latest?
Rhiannon, this is the first time we've seen Sean Combs back in this courthouse since he was acquitted of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking charges. And he's trying to convince the judge that his conviction on lesser charges should be thrown out. Defense attorneys say what Combs was convicted of, transportation for the purposes of prostitution, just does not apply because Combs was a voyeur, not a pimp. The argument is that Combs wasn't trying to make money. He simply wanted to watch girlfriends like Cassie Ventura have sex with male escorts as part of freak-offs. And federal prosecutors say that doesn't really matter because the fact remains Combs transported the male escorts, paid them, and directed the sexual activity. Now, assuming the conviction stands, Combs is due to be sentenced here on October 3rd. Federal prosecutors in all likelihood want him to serve several years in prison, but the defense is casting Combs as a reformed domestic abuser who deserves nothing more than time served. Anything longer, they say, guys, would simply be a perversion of justice. Guys?
All right, we'll see how it all plays out. Aaron Katursky for us, thank you. Now to a good sign for the housing market. Sales of newly built homes had a surprising spike last month. Our chief economics correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, is here now with the details. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, wait, yeah, we haven't seen something like this in a long while. New home sales jumped 20.5% between August and July. That's the highest level in 3 years, with a median sale price of $413,500, about 2% higher than prices were a year ago when they were above $405,000. And keep in mind here, this was home buyers out signing deals when 30-year fixed-rate mortgages were still averaging above 6.6%. And before rates really started coming down, they touched 6.13% earlier this month. So what drove those sales? Analysts believe home builder discounts and incentives likely played a key role here. Sales were the strongest in the Northeast, where new construction is low, constraining supply, and in the South, where home building is busiest. Sales in the West, where prices are their highest, were the weakest. Analysts are curious to see what happens this month in September with mortgage rates getting cheaper. The average 30-year fixed-rate mortgage as of today, about 6.4%, but analysts do caution that as mortgages get cheaper, home builders are likely to offer fewer incentives. So if you're thinking about buying a home, you have to balance those two things, guys.
Really good advice. You're the smart friend we all need in our lives, Rebecca.
Appreciate you, Steph.
Now to week 4 of the NFL season, kicking off tonight with a big NFC West showdown. And Rhiannon, you've got the preview.
Yeah, I'm smart about football. She's smart about like real things that we care about, but football's fun too, right?
Yes.
Well, okay, so it's only week 4. There is a lot of football left to play this season, but If history is any judge, the loser of tonight's game is going to have an uphill climb to try and make the playoffs. Both the Seattle Seahawks and Arizona Cardinals are now 2-1, which is a lot better than a lot of teams. That's the good news. However, each team's loss was to an NFC West rival. So according to the NFL, just under 10% of teams that start a season 0-2 in their division have made the playoffs since division realignment back in 2002. So there is a lot on the line for these teams, even though it is only week 4. Seattle is riding high after a huge offensive performance last week, putting up 44 points in that blowout win over the New Orleans Saints. New quarterback Sam Darnold has been solid, completing 70% of his passes. 70%. Arizona's coming off a tough loss to the San Francisco 49ers. Whit, I know you watched that game.
I sure did.
Yeah, that last-second field goal.
We'll take it.
They also lost their starting running back, James Conner, for the season to a foot injury.
Okay, so for the girlies that are tuning in for the fashion, only the fashion, there's something for them, right?
It's fun when two things you love collide, right? Yes. And I love when they do this. The Cards are debuting their new desert-inspired rivalry uniform tonight. Here it is, becoming the first of 8 teams to wear them this season. If you look close, you see those little speckles? Those represent a sandstorm, which of course is common in Arizona.
Okay.
So, yeah, I like when they put a little flair in there on their uniforms.
Yeah, I thought it might be a little sparkle, a little like a bedazzled, but that's maybe asking for too much.
That's what every football player wants, is a bedazzled uniform.
I know, right?
That's next, yeah.
Take a clue. All right, coming up here on GMA3, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky welcome their new baby girl. We have all of those details coming up in Pop News.
We are back now with Pop News. Mr. Will Reeve in the house. You got the pocket square today.
I'm making a guest appearance, trying to make the most of my cameo here in Pop News, and we're going to begin with someone who doesn't need a cameo. This person is a star. It's Rihanna. Rihanna. Get it right. Because the Grammy winner has announced the birth of her 3rd child, a daughter. There she is, looking at her like she's the only girl in the world, if you will. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky welcoming their latest edition on September 13th, and the baby's name is Rocky with an I. Irish Mayors. Rihanna posting the news on Instagram. The comments were flooded with messages. One of them were from A$AP Rocky, who wrote, "My little ladies," with a heart emoji. Rihanna also sharing this photo of a tiny pink pair of boxing gloves, maybe hinting at the inspiration behind the name Rocky.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Starting early.
Rihanna announcing her pregnancy at the Met Gala back in May. That was a big deal. She surprised fans on the red carpet with the news. Rocky is her 3rd child with A$AP. It's the first girl in the family. Rocky has 2 older brothers. A huge congrats to the new family of 5.
Yeah, congratulations.
Way to go.
Very excited.
Yeah.
They now have 3 kids, 3 and under.
Wow.
Ooh,
They're busy.
that's a busy household. Yes.
They've got some help, I'm sure.
I bet they do. And in more movie news, the brand new trailer for the highly anticipated new Avatar Fire and Ash. It was just released a few hours ago. Let's take a look right here.
This world goes much deeper than you imagine.
Okay, look at that. Oscar winner James Cameron delivering once again. That is majestic. The movie stars Sigourney Weaver, Kate Winslet, Zoe Saldana, and Sam Worthington. Avatar Fire and Ash hits theaters worldwide. It's only in theaters December 19th of 2025. Really? Is it that soon, or is it 2020?
Yeah.
It's coming up soon.
Looking forward to it.
All right, and finally, George Costanza is back with the New York Yankees.
New York Yankees?
The New York Yankees!
Ruth, Gehrig, DiMaggio, Mantle, Costanza?
I'm the assistant to the traveling secretary. I'm going on the road trips with them. I'll be on the plane. I'm working in Yankee Stadium. This is a dream. I am busting. Jerry, I'm busting. I can't believe it.
I love this show.
All right, well, that's sort of he's back with the Yankees. That's actor Jason Alexander, who's taking on the role of model for the Yankees collaboration with American lifestyle brand Kith. He's rocking some of the apparel. He looks really good. He's got some swag there. The collaboration also includes accessories, equipment, etc. It will launch in select stores and online on Friday.
I like that
Look
one.
at that. He's got some drip there. By the way,
drip, that's what it is.
the Yankees and Costanza's bond runs deep. Over the summer, the Yankees debuted a limited edition of bobblehead of George sleeping under his desk at the stadium. So everyone run and get your Jason Alexander approved Kith merch for the Yankees playoff run. They're tied for first in the AL East. It's going to be great. That's Pop News.
Ideal model right there.
Thank you, Will. Coming up, never again do you have to worry about running out of battery life or even staying connected with your family during an emergency, because Tory is here with deals and steals on great products that will give all of us peace of mind. We are back now with Tory Johnson, Deals and Steals, great products that will give you all peace of mind so you can feel prepared in unexpected or challenging situations, which is really important, Tory.
Absolutely. You know, you ask yourself, like, if something unexpected happened and I wasn't there to be able to help, would my family know where everything is? The documents, the keys, the storage units, the wishes, the information, the plans. And Knockbox, with an NOK stands for next of kin, is a system that helps you organize all of the things that are either digital, someplace in a drawer or hidden away, in your mind, on your phone. You know, typically we have all of that stuff in so many different places. Yeah. This helps you bring it all into one specific place. So bank accounts, mortgage documents, keys, extra keys to things, car titles. You just think about all of those things, even like medical and military records. You know that they exist somewhere in the house. This puts them all in one specific place, so everybody has peace of mind, and it's 50% off.
So helpful. And this is usually not something people want to talk about.
No one wants to.
And where's all your stuff if something happens.
But imagine also you're in an accident, or you have a medical emergency and someone needs access to information. You don't want to have to go digging to find it. You want it all in one place.
All right there.
Okay. So how about power outage, an emergency, you're out in the wilderness because you're exploring? We've got two different options. So this one right here has 35,000 positive reviews from Midland. This is a portable emergency weather crank radio. It doesn't rely on any power that you would get from an electrical outlet or a battery. It's all self-contained right there. It's going to give you AM, FM radio. It's also going to give you
with this nifty antenna. I don't think I've seen an antenna.
I know, right?
It's all help you in an emergency.
It's going to give you weather radio, weather alert, so that if you need access to that kind of emergency information, you're going to be able to have it. And again, if you're somebody who goes on hikes or hunting, to be able to take this with you is great as well. We also have the walkie-talkies, which are great for communication in a case of an emergency, including one that will give weather alerts as well. So these are, again, something that you hope you never need, but you're glad when you do. 50% off.
And if you're hiking, this is really lightweight.
Very lightweight.
Important.
Yes.
Could be a lifesaver.
Good. Okay. Extra. So this is a really cool. Look at this. If you just push this little button, it's going to let your credit. I'll do it one more time for you guys. That the credit cards pop out right there. So you keep your cards all organized. There you go.
Great. You don't have to go digging for each card.
Exactly.
Break a nail in the process.
Exactly. RFID line, so it's going to protect against data skimming, and then you can make your wallet unlosable by adding in one of these optional trackers. So if you pop that tracker that's just as thin as a credit card, and then you misplace or lose your wallet, you can use that Find My app to be able to locate where it is. So not only does it keep everything safe, compact, prevents data skimming, but then by adding that, your wallet's unlosable.
And maybe if you have a partner who loses their stuff all the time.
Yeah, there you go. We're not talking about you, Mike, or anything.
Look at
50% off.
This is for you.
Exactly. All right, nothing worse than having some low tire pressure, struggling to find a workable air pump at a gas station, then struggling to dig under the seat for quarters to work in that air pump. If you had one of these inflate IQs, you don't need to worry about any of that. So whether it's in your driveway or on the go, if you have low tire pressure, that's going to immediately help inflate your, not help, but it will inflate your tires. It's quick and efficient. That is what all of my testers told me. This is where I didn't use the guys to help. And everyone universally said it was fast, efficient, and it stops when reaches the full capacity. These are 61% off.
And you just charge it?
Yep.
It just has a little USB thing?
You got it. And it has that USB so that also if you're on the go and you need a little juice for your phone, you got that there too.
Nice.
All right. Another one for that juice on the go. This little teeny.
Okay, this is adorable.
Right? It's so teeny, but it's so power packed. You can. I know we tape them down and then I can't pick them up. Sorry. Grab it. There you go. What I love about it is it comes in this little case. You don't need to carry any chargers or multiple chargers with with you because it has all of the adapters right here.
Smart.
So for any of the newest devices, this will cover all of them. It also has an LED in the front to show you how much battery life is left. Comes even with a flashlight on the side and a kickstand. It's 60% off plus free shipping from Limitless. And then finally, for a fire in the kitchen, you want to have a Prepared Hero fire blanket. This will smother the fire, which cuts off the oxygen. It's going to put that fire out. This is the one that you really hope you never need, but if it's there hanging in the kitchen, should you need it, you'll be thankful. It's 50% off.
I just put one of these in my kitchen.
So smart.
Really?
So smart.
I love that it has its own bag, too.
Exactly.
Keeps it nice and neat and tidy.
And they make a document one as well.
All right, thanks so much, Tori. We partnered with these companies on these really great products. You can get them at GMAdeals.com. The QR code right there on your screen takes you there. Coming up here on GMA3, Lionel Richie, one-on-one with our very own Robin Roberts.
Tonight on ABC, celebrate the birthday of a true original.
Barbara Walters.
Barbara Walters.
Barbara. With the broadcast television premiere of the Doc Critics call, Riveting, Extraordinary.
Ladies and gentlemen, Barbara Walters.
Tonight on ABC.
Welcome back to GMA3. Yes, the documentary Barbara Walters Tell Me Everything tells the story of a true trailblazer who broke ground not only for women, but really all of us in broadcasting. Absolutely. And you can see it tonight at 9 o'clock, 8 Central, right here on ABC.
And tomorrow on GMA, Robert Herjavec joins us in the deep end for Shark Tank Week. He's answering your questions and will tell us about Michael's turn as a guest shark. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be great to see him here. And what a big night on Dancing with the Stars. Robert Irwin and Whitney Levitt really shined this week. Look at them go. And next week, we are behind the scenes for week 3 as the competition heats up.
And then also on Monday, Tim Allen will be right here before the premiere of season 2 of Shifting Gears. It's always fun when Tim comes to the studio.
I love Tim Allen.
Great time. Looking forward to that. Now to the revealing new memoir from Lionel Richie in Truly. He recounts his journey from his childhood in Alabama to Grammy and Oscar-winning superstar and all the ups and downs in between. Our Robin Roberts sat down with him.
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot.
Oh, yeah. Look at you.
Look at us.
A warm welcome from Lionel Richie.
You can probably tell me half of my life story. The other half is just kind of in the pages. I realized that not only do you want to talk about the fun stuff, you have to talk about the painful stuff.
The music icon now sharing vulnerable details about his life story in his new memoir, Truly.
What is a story that you've never said out loud until now in this book?
I grew up totally in fear. I didn't know what ADHD was. You know, can you play baseball? Nah. Football? No. Basketball? No. Tennis? Kinda. I was very anxious about everything. And at the same time, I kept trying to fake it. I kind of found some new areas of my life that I didn't know I had in me.
Lionel starting off with his formative early years growing up in Tuskegee, Alabama. Your grandmother was classically trained in piano. You've had hit after hit after hit, and you can't read music.
Cannot read it?
How can that be?
Listen, I don't know, and I've asked God that several times, and it was said to me by Marvin Gaye, there is an answer to this. Don't go looking for it. Just accept it.
I like that. With over 125 million albums sold worldwide, songwriting became Lionel's superpower, with hits like Dancing on the Ceiling and All Night Long. Funny enough, this wasn't his first dream job.
I was going to be a priest, you know, and then I remember going back to the Father Jones, and I said, I don't think I'm going to be priest material. And it went on. I started being the writer and the lead singer.
Performing at talent shows as a freshman at the then Tuskegee Institute in the late 60s ultimately led Lionel to the funk band where he became a household name. Let's talk about the Commodores.
Thank God for the Commodores, because I never would have discovered Lionel Richie, because I found something in my life that was never present until I joined the band.
Do you have a favorite Commodore song?
Brick House will always be, I mean, forget about it. This was the only song where I thought my grandmother was actually going to disown me. I tried to explain this to my grandmother. This is a group song. I didn't write all the lyrics, you know. I thought it was kind of disgraceful myself until it became a hit.
As much as you enjoyed those years with the Commodores, you went your separate ways. Just talk about the split.
It was painful because a lot of people thought this is a band, this is a group. This is the closest thing to brothers I've ever had in my whole life. And they pushed me. And we went through life together, and all of a sudden, there's a moment in time when I was having such a moment of discovery that I could write that I didn't realize that, okay, that's a hit, and then that's a hit, and that's a hit. You're the writer of that song. You get a check for the sales of that song as a writer.
The king of love ballads like Hello. Also reflecting on his once tumultuous romantic reality with his college sweetheart and first wife Brenda, then his second wife Diane. And this is something that you wrote. You said, I started to think, you know, I might be good at writing love songs, but I am not good at it.
I wrote that. Did I write that?
You wrote that. When you look back at your previous marriages, what would you tell your younger self?
First of all, I have to forgive myself. And what I do, first of all, is I had to take full responsibility and say, it's my fault. Why is it my fault? Because it's growth. You're growing.
We visited the studio where he co-wrote We Are the World with Michael Jackson, produced by Quincy Jones, recording 45 artists in one room to raise funds for famine relief in Ethiopia.
Right here is We Are the World.
This is it.
You see that little kid right there?
Yeah.
That's 40 years ago. I mean, it's like a blink. And you look around that beautiful picture and you say, Michael, Tina, think about it. Diana, Quincy, Smokey, Ray.
Anybody in here need his glory? I need your power.
His impact stretches across generations.
You are now a platinum winner.
Serving as a judge for 8 seasons and counting on American Idol.
I'm not there to humiliate them. They're already scared to death. I realize that they need something probably more than a criticism. They need a hug, and you feel them sink into your arms.
I think in part the book, it's like you're telling the world, we need to be told that we're loved. We need a hug.
We need a hug. The world needs a hug right now. Yeah, the stories are great. The stories are great. But what turned me into me was the world said, hey, Lionel, I like what you're doing. Keep up the good work.
Can't wait to read that memoir.
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
What a life story, career. Of course, you can see more on Truly Lionel Richie, a conversation with Robin Roberts that's streaming now on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. Lionel's memoir comes out next Tuesday, and next Monday morning, he'll be live in studio right here on GMA.
He is behind so many classic songs that we
Incredible.
still enjoy today.
Yeah.
Just a legend. All right, now as we celebrate Climate Week here in New York, Maggie Rulli has a story of a technology that could be a revolution in how we recycle.
This is pure trash. This is food, dirty diapers, some plastics, paper, whatever you can imagine.
80% organic between paper and food, and about 20% plastic.
At a facility in the Netherlands, UBQ Materials is transforming this waste into a brand new material that can be used to make a wide range of products, from flower pots to car parts. Their tech could help solve the world's recycling problem. Right now, the world is making 460 million metric tons of plastic every year, and only about 9% of it has ever been recycled, according to the UN Environment Program.
They just send us, again, the garbage of the garbage. That's what we get.
Taking trash and turning it into treasure.
I think it's almost hard to wrap my mind around the fact that you take things like the dirty diapers.
Yes, and the worst thing is we like them dirty.
No!
What UBQ does completely different, we use everything in your garbage bag.
Albert led us upstairs to their destoners.
So this is called a destoner.
Where metals and minerals are separated from the waste, the only materials UBQ can't recycle.
And where does this go?
So the metals, the same people that send us the garbage love to take them back
Oh,
because they're worth money.
Once sorted, they use infrared technology to help them figure out exactly which materials are in each batch of trash before the final filtered product is sorted into its own silo.
If something happens that you call the magic, your team calls science.
Exactly.
It's happening on that side of the camera. We can't show it because it's all very secretive. No other company's doing this.
Correct.
So what's that process that's so secretive we can't show?
Basically, we break it down into its components, turn it into the UBQ matrix, and then create this new material called UBQ ribbon.
And that's what you make the pellets out of.
What started as waste now compressed into these small pellets, their size allowing for easy transportation all over the world. Albert took us to demonstrate just how these UBQ pellets can be used to create household items, like a flower pot.
So again, chicken bone, and now look at what's going to come out of here.
Wow, very cool.
It seems like this is an amazing solution to this huge problem. So what's the holdup? Why aren't you opening up factories in every single state in America right now, in every single country?
Change is hard, okay? And think about it, in these big corporations, no one gets paid for changing. The big difference between before UBQ and after UBQ is that the citizen was being asked to do something that wasn't really working. The big difference now is that UBQ is a solution.
It's almost hard to watch how much stuff goes into those, and hopefully these changes will come. You can watch Maggie's full story tonight on ABC News Live Prime with Lindsay Davis, and then coming up here, Caitlin Olsen is taking us behind the scenes of her hit show High Potential. We are back now with the star of the hit series High Potential. Roxy Diaz caught up with Caitlin Olsen to talk about the critically acclaimed drama.
Why is no one picking up their phones? I've been texting like a maniac.
Good morning, Morgan. Welcome back.
High Potential is back. The hit ABC show starring Caitlin Olsen as Morgan, a single mom who uses her above-average IQ to help the LAPD solve crimes.
Is this what the inside of your mind looks like?
Oh, buddy, not even close.
Is Morgan's intelligence ever intimidating to you when you read it?
Yes, not when I read it. Morgan's intelligence is intimidating to me when I have to memorize it and then spout it out as if it's just like second nature. Sometimes those are the hardest scenes. The Pillsbury variation. In chess, it's a variation of the Queen's Gambit declined. A move in which black declines white's temporary pawn sacrifice to establish a solid position.
160 IQ. I'm not smart enough to even know what that really means.
Same girl.
Do you even know your IQ?
No, I don't. I would never want to have my IQ tested. I would just be so disappointed. All I know is that my EQ is off the charts.
Okay.
And that's really all you need.
Your energy is
that's right.
vibing.
Look, I'm a mom, I'm a multitasker. You can put me in any situation, I'll figure it out. That's all I need. I don't need a number. But what I do love about Morgan is that she is underestimated. And whether it's based on what she looks like, what she's wearing, the fact that she's a woman, people underestimate her, and she's used to that all of her life, and she doesn't need to fight back about it. She just lets the work do the talking.
You're waiting on me to leave so you can poke around without a warrant, aren't you?
Yeah. Olsen, who is also an executive producer on the show.
This is it. Here's our beautiful precinct.
Taking us behind the scenes.
And this is Soto's office, which I absolutely love. One of the things I'm most proud of about this show is that we are blending two completely different tones. It is a crime procedural, but at the heart of it is a very well-rounded, fully human woman with a big heart.
In season 2, Morgan facing off against the game maker and solving crimes with her signature style.
Are you a good detective in real life?
I know when you're lying. I know when my kids are lying. I know when people are lying. I don't maybe know what the right answer is, but I can absolutely tell when someone's not telling the truth.
I love that. Are you a true crime junkie?
Yes.
So do you ever try to solve the crimes a la Morgan while you're watching true crime before it ends?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing. It's always the boyfriend of the husband.
So did you just give us the plot of what happened in season 2?
That's it. That's my big spoiler.
That show is so good.
Yeah.
New episodes of High Potential air on Tuesday nights at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, right here on ABC after Dancing with the Stars, and stream the next day on Hulu and Disney+. Coming up, saving time and money when it comes to filling your prescriptions, even if you don't have any insurance. Hi, Lori Bergamato.
Welcome back. For so many Americans, the cost of getting the prescriptions they need can quickly add up at the pharmacy. Lori B is with a special guest to help protect your wallet. Hey, Lori.
Hey, guys, get ready for some serious ways to save. This segment is sponsored by GoodRx, and their spokesperson, who plays the character of the Savings Wrangler, is going to share how we can save money and time filling prescriptions. Hello, you are decked out in this classic country couture because you're going to help our viewers wrangle some savings, and you're all over New York City with this latest campaign.
Woo! Howdy, America. Name's the Savings Wrangler, and I'm here to help folks wrangle them savings from New York City across the country. Because when it comes to your health, we can get rid of sky-high med prices. Now, Lori, I got myself all lit up across Times Square, from the subway station to that big old billboard with my sidekick, Dusty Pete. He says hello.
Love that. When it comes to prescriptions, cost, as you said, can be a real barrier. How is it affecting everyday Americans?
Oof, well, ain't that the truth? Now, Lori, these days, med prices feel higher than a rooster on stilts. Now, did you know that 1 in every 3 Americans leaves their prescription at the counter because of the cost? Now, that's a lot of Americans leaving, going home empty-handed. But GoodRx is here to help, cutting through prescription hassles, saving everyday Americans time and money on their meds. Zero fussing. Now, that's facts.
And some viewers shared the challenges that they face at the pharmacy, and we've got some of their questions here today for you. This first one is from Tracy.
With prices going up everywhere, how do I make sure I'm not overpaying for medicines I need?
So what are your tips for Tracy?
Well, with the prescription landscape, there are lots of twists and turns. Like 1 month, your medication feels affordable, and then the next minute, it just goes sky high without any warning. Well, GoodRx wants to help people stop overpaying. Now, I got a few tips for you, and I hope it helps. Now, remember, you can always shop around for your meds at different outposts. Ask your doc about generics. That'll save you a pretty penny. And get your 90-day supply. Well, that's what I do. That saves me a lot of time and money.
Good advice. And this one's from Emma, who says that she says, I take a few prescriptions. Is there an easy way to keep track so I don't miss refills?
Oh, well, butter my biscuits. That's a mighty fine question. Yeah, now if you're juggling a lot of prescriptions and you want to get them all in line, well, GoodRx can round them all up into one easy peasy app. And you can also set yourself some handy dandy reminders to take your medications and get your refills. And it ain't just for tracking. It'll point you towards the pharmacy with your lowest prices.
And lastly, a question from Caleb. Let's take a look.
If I don't have insurance, what are my options for affording prescriptions?
So what do you say to Caleb?
Well, that's one thing I really love about GoodRx. Now, whether you have insurance or not, GoodRx is your winning hand with up to 80% savings on your meds. Now, you can use GoodRx at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide with savings on generic and big brand medications.
Thank you so much to our sponsor, GoodRx, for all of these helpful tips. And you can learn more on our Good Morning America Facebook and YouTube pages. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching, everybody.